Hello and welcome to EPIC44. I'm joined by Exo Lightning. Hello, good morning, how are you?
And I'm joined by Hart. Yeah, I'm doing very good, thank you. Looking forward to another exciting day.
Oh, we switched seats and now the things are wrong.
Oh, yeah.
There you go. Follow me on Twitter at UKSC2.
Yeah, I just put that in there because I don't have a Twitter. I was like, we'll give the UKSC2 some love. Cool. Yes, we are here at yet another EpicLAN event. You are watching Twitch EpicLAN/3. Wait, no, twitch.tv/EpicLAN3. That's the Starcraft channel, baby.
We always do the best numbers, so pump those numbers. Let's
exactly,
yeah. We're going to be the biggest channel once again. Yeah, I'm really excited to be here. It's really great to be back in Kettering on actually quite a mild February morning.
Yeah.
Although it's now after midday, so
highs of 14, isn't it, over this weekend?
Tropical, mate.
Tropical.
And we're starting with a TVZ. It's Magico versus PigeonWrench.
Yeah, exactly. We have a lot of Protoss in this tournament, so
Some would say too much.
Some would say too much. Not me.
I'm going to try not to talk about the patch.
That's
Can I do it the whole weekend? I say nothing about
Zerg.
the patch the whole weekend.
We have a classic matchup. I need to get into the lobby and make sure everyone.
Oh, they've been talking without us. Yeah,
we got a classic matchup. It is Magico versus PigeonWrench. These two are both staples. Obviously, they are part of the LAN. You know, part of the crew, part of the ship, kind of a thing. They are part of the computer, part of the desks at EpicLAN.
Yep.
These boys turn up to every EpicLAN. They always give it their best. And we're going to see how it goes. We do have a classic TVZ.
On ley lines.
On ley lines. However,
I don't know these maps that well, I have to admit.
It sounds like somebody who hasn't played on the patch.
No comment.
But it sounds like you've got a lot to say on the
green and red one.
Actually, Mitch has gone random. I noticed that he switched in the loading screen. He was set as Terran. He switched in the loading screen. Well, we're going to load in here.
He would have said something if he'd noticed, so I'm sure he knows what he's doing.
I think this is a tactical play. This is going to be a best of 3. And
go on then, introduce your boss.
Yeah, the captain of the Red Dragon spawning as a random player. He got Zerg in the bottom left. It is Magico.
Pulled a drone and then he pulled it back. He does not know what he's doing. That's fine. It's okay. Happens to the best of us. Spawning in the top right, playing in the blue for Team Gold Masters in competition for the worst clan name going, probably. It's up there. Is PigeonWrench. Okay, who's favored in this one? In a ZVZ?
In a ZVZ? I mean, it's got to be PigeonWrench.
It's got to be.
Just to confirm, Magico Mitch, he has played a lot of StarCraft over his time. He has gave decent shots at playing both Terran and Protoss as his main races. I think Zerg is his weakest. So I'm not the most confident in a ZVZ situation. We do have a drone going across the map. Thanks, these players did pick red and blue.
Yeah, it's always the way. But I feel like we don't have Game Heart on. Maybe?
We
think?
See if a drone is in production. No, because this doesn't show it's a spawning pool. No, we don't have Game Heart. We'll try and get that on for the next game.
Yeah, it's okay. We'll survive. We'll be okay with that.
Oh, we do have Shift L. The unit's lost here.
Oh, maybe we're okay then.
So maybe we're okay.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, no, it's showing on there. It just doesn't show the spawning pool. But that's fine. We know what a spawning pool is. So Mitch actually drone scouts here, which also reveals what race he is. I mean, the overlords might have kissed already.
You actually don't want to do it when you're playing random. Like, you want to hide your race as much as possible. Yeah, he wouldn't have seen Overlord because Mitch's first Overlord's only in the middle of the map. So this will be like the first time that he actually gets to see the...
But yeah, our boy Giles must be sitting here going, hang on a minute. This wasn't meant to be a ZVZ.
Yeah, I wonder if you noticed that it was random in the loading screen, actually. That would be funny if you, just suddenly got jump scared and realized it was...
We're all people here who know each other reasonably well, so it's like everyone, you know who plays what. So there's actually, you wouldn't check in the loading screen. It would be like a very random thing to happen. So we're going to see how this plays out. First set of lings are out on the way for Mitch. They are going across the map. Ling speed is about equal for both players. But PigeonWrench doesn't have any lings now, producing some lings. Okay, four more on the way.
Yeah, this is actually fine. You can leave the lings as late as you like. The idea is you make 2 to start and then add a few later on. Pigeon's opener was just slightly more optimized. You see he's got more workers and stuff going on. I think just because he has a bit more of a clue about what he's actually up to. He does have a Bane Nest on the way in the back, and this is normally an aggressive Bane Nest. His link speed is actually slightly later, but it shouldn't matter.
I mean, Ling Bane Wars are a very difficult micro situation in StarCraft. One of the hardest, I think, to micro situations. So it'll be interesting to see if Mitch can keep that up. Mitch is actually going straight into roaches. One ling does come in for PigeonWrench here, coming through the natural. And if he's going to get into the main, he might end up seeing the roach warren. He does end up seeing the roach warren, and he clicked it as well. Very nice play from PigeonWrench.
Yeah, it's good to scout like that and see. He actually is in a kind of weird spot because he sees that there's not enough workers. But when you're playing against someone who isn't that good at Zerg, no offense, Mitch, you actually, like, it can be really hard to tell, like, am I getting all in, or is this guy just, like, not making workers enough? So, like, it happens, you see that.
Yeah, PigeonWrench feeling confident, takes the third base. Now, as being the Speedling Bane player, you do have map control, so you are able to do this. Mitch is now going to run a ling in. He doesn't actually see the third down here, but he is running a ling in, sees that there's no lair, sees that the baneling nest, but there's no, again, no lair, no baneling speed, so he's not going to be too worried. However, there are a few aggressively made banelings going ahead. If there's any roaches out on the way, we're going to be good.
Magico's
2 spine crawlers coming
down.
down.
The wrong call because he has a roach warren, so
you
just want roaches here. There actually aren't enough drones here to like really get a good baneling connection on. So that's kind of okay.
That went about as good as it could. 4 drones plus the spine crawler. However, Mitch does clear it up.
Absolutely cleared up. But after this, the worker lead is pretty big. And there's a third, like, will be nearly done, if not actually done. Yeah. So Pigeon can start to drone that. He has a roach warren of his own on the way and a lair, so like he's going to get towards speed roaches quicker than Mitch does.
And that's it. And Mitch didn't scout this the first time. He scouted up this for this third base. So he still hasn't seen it yet, and he hasn't seen the lair.
You can actually put an overlord on the expansions because they can't actually do anything about it.
Not much that they can do to stop it.
Yeah.
Okay, well now he's going to set a bit of harassment onto this third. 3 more drones on the way being made for Mitch, but not any drones in production for PigeonWrench. Is he just going to stick to 39? Sort of a 40 drone?
Yeah, that would be fine.
Hey, it looks
has
like
4 gas, so he shouldn't have made so many gases, basically. I think if he's mining them all, he's going to have too much, but that's fine. He does need some lings here. He's going to lose the third.
That could be huge for this. Baneling's coming in for the defense, but these lings have paid for themselves now. Yeah, they can get out of there.
This is just a problem of not having enough queens. If he just has more queens, he can defend that with just the queens, basically. But yeah, that's rough. Don't want to lose that for sure. I mean, queens and like a few banes hanging around would be fine. But I think it's completely fine for Pigeon. Like, it's bad, but it's actually fine because he's not down a base.
Exactly, the work kind of thing. And Mitch actually isn't making more workers. He's actually just happy on his 32 workers, which is quite an odd amount to cut at.
Yeah, he should be fully saturated and on 3 gas 44 if he's playing 2 base roach.
And taking a third, right? Like,
I mean, 2 base roach plays a bit weirdly. He's playing it not well, but like, he's playing 2 base roach basically, so like it's fine. But
the roach speed is so important in roach versus roach wars, and while the lair is done, unless I missed it, the roach speed has not started for Mitch. He is harassing the third again, but 1 baneling for 1 ling. You take that every day of the week. We do see how
Pigeon is starting to flow, so like the worker lead isn't actually helping that much. He's not actually got a huge work lead anymore, like 36-32. It's pretty.
Yeah.
Especially, can we check if he's actually saturated all these gases? Because that would.
Yes. So double on. Yeah. So he's got 3 gases going.
Oh, okay. He doesn't have the second in the main actually. Okay.
Yeah. So he's got 9.
You know, I thought the pool was the gas.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Oh, and actually losing a few units for free here. Mitch taking advantage of a big situation here, gets a lot of units for free, and that's the kind of momentum that he needs to kind of like really pull himself back into the game, I think.
Does he just have no lava? I'm really confused how PigeonWrench is not spending all his money.
That's on units.
Maybe he's missing.
Yeah, he's only got 2 lava now. Yeah, so we do have more units coming in. Maybe he was hoping for this third to get up.
Going to lose the third again? I don't think he can because he has roach speed, so he can he can get here and reinforce. He has fewer roaches though. It looks like.
Yeah, and the lings, if the lings get us around, Mitch senses the weakness, goes in for the kill here, catches a few out of position. Now starts the fight. The roaches are hitting the lings. But again, these roaches can't retreat. So if there are reinforcement roaches being made, Mitch will eventually lose the fight.
He does have +1, so he's going to take like even better trades than just having like a big roach advantage.
Oh, and running into a choke. This is not the way we want to do.
Yeah, but now Pigeon actually can't push out because Magico can stand at the other side of the choke, but does give it up. I think he realizes he doesn't have speed, so he starts trying to run home. But if Pigeon can jump on this,
okay, roach speed now finished up for both players, so we're now feeling a little bit better. Third base now nearly done for Mitch. He does have a queen out there already.
Actually saved for PigeonWrench, so he's going to start joining that again. He can get up to quite a much higher worker count here, basically.
Wait, what is the queen count? Yeah, only 2 queens for Giles.
You can be on like 4 or 5.
Yeah, I think
fine,
so.
To be honest, but
creep spread isn't that important in the matchup, but getting the injects for the lava is so important.
Queens are just good units. They're just good to have around. They can really help against like run-bys and that sort of thing. Okay, well, so there's going to be another big run by coming across.
Oh, and he's
Hopefully,
walking straight into the natural.
Pigeon can block his own natural as he goes into Mitch's. Big snipe on this natural would be big here, but he can get kind of surrounded here, and if Mitch can stop the retreat, then this could be bad. But
yeah, the Lings are coming back home as well. Big F2 as everything comes in. He does use this Evo Chamber as a bit of a wall to make thing, but now the Lings are here to tank some damage, but we've got more reinforcing roaches coming in from the right. It's a bit of a
this
cluster.
is not a great trade for PigeonWrench. If he doesn't die to the counter-attack, then he's okay, but at the moment he's lost a whole army here for a base. And actually, Mitch just pulls all the workers to the third, and then he's actually like mining completely normally, basically.
Exactly. And now we do have this third base is the main target for Mitch. He's already starting to rally all of his units across the map. We're going to see what happens here. And
I'd like to see some Ravagers out of PigeonWrench. Would be really good. But at the moment, he's just pumping the Roaches. He does have 1-1 on the way.
Yes.
Think about cancelling that just so you can get more units out to defend, because really only the defense matters at this point.
Okay, well, here comes the first Ravager Bile from Mitch. It does hit something, but not too much. A bit of a better concave for PigeonWrench, though.
Yeah, with his reinforcements coming in, definitely. Mitch's units were already kind of bruised, so like while the numbers looked better, a lot of them were already in the red, so I think this actually gets held, even with the upgrade deficit from PigeonWrench. Now we can go across. He's actually down in workers, which is funny, because Mitch doesn't actually have enough places to put all of the workers that he does have. So like, he's going to be massively oversaturated on his third, I think.
This is starting to come back online now, but yeah, actually oversaturated on the third. Giles with the macro hatch in the base as well. I like that.
I actually don't hate it. He was floating like AK minerals at one point, so like, if you know you're not hitting injects, then that's kind of the idea.
You got to play to how your strengths are, and that is the way. Now, does Mitch see this big counterattack coming? He is in position and started 2 spine crawlers, so I think he's aware. He's very afraid of dying here. He needs to get a few units in front of the spine crawlers, but actually, no, this should be fine.
Yeah, it's not enough roaches here for PigeonWrench. He actually right-clicked the gas accidentally. That's a big waste of DPS, but yeah, I think this is a hold from Mitch. This is very like swingy backwards and forwards, right? Like one player moves in, loses their whole army, then the other player's like, oh, he has no army, and then they move in and counterattack.
This is the tug of war roach pull sort of thing. PigeonWrench actually targeting Ravagers there. I like that a lot.
Yeah, these little things that can help you get a bit of an advantage. I don't really know. Oh, if he sniped that.
Oh, this actually could be big. Yeah, but he
could have got it, but doesn't get it.
Yeah, now starts a fight here. This is the main thing going on. A few more reinforcements were coming across the map, but they're also now retreating.
Yeah, in general, you got to be really careful in these situations because your reinforcements can get cut up quite quickly and quite easily. Like in this sort of case where you're attacking into the nat, they can get they can rally through the third and then they just walk into a spine.
Yeah.
In this case, Mitch is doing the exact opposite, where he now has like random roaches and moved across the map.
Well, you know what? Trades 2 for 3. It could be a lot worse.
Yeah, definitely. So Pigeon going for +2 and will get into +2 quite a lot quicker than Mitch does, so he will have an upgrade advantage again in a bit. This is a decent Ling run by.
And I love it because he knows that Giles has been having his army down the third here.
Yeah.
So now he gets a Ling run by in, and I'd love to see split half of these off into the main.
And and I think in general, like this wall is not easy to plug for Pigeon. So this is going to be a little bit of damage. I mean, the Lings in general are kind of useless at this stage of the game, so like sacking them is not bad.
Exactly.
In fact, Mitch is actually capitalizing on the F2, so he's moving his roaches across now that Pigeon is F2'd into the main. I think Pigeon did send some units to the... Nah, but they just might have been workers, actually.
Well, he is now filtering back through, but this might end up being a really nice sandwich for him as all of his units come back from the natural.
Yeah, he's a little bit out of position, so this is a decent fight, like start of the fight for Mitch, but I think there's too much here for PigeonWrench, probably.
Yeah.
And Mitch is actually proxying a spine with that one worker. I thought that was Pigeon, but there you go. Maybe that gets up. So yeah, I think Pigeon will capitalize as this
this is actually really big.
And on the back of this, he's going to have an upgrade advantage as well, so he can probably start to push this home. He got an infestation pit. I don't know that he's going to go infestors. I think it's more likely he goes hive and goes for lurkers, but in general, I think that's... it's a fine play. Infestors here wouldn't be bad either if you wanted to go like.
I mean, the spine crawler does finish here, by the way. That's fantastic. It's gonna it's not gonna get cleared up by Lings.
Yeah, that's some value.
Move it forward, Mitch. Move it forward. Put it here.
Pigeon's gonna be focusing on the other side of the map.
Yeah, here we go. Big fight coming up here. As we do have reinforcing Lings coming in, so he's really just hoping to.
This is the beginning of the end.
Yeah.
It just snowballs now. Yeah, the Lings here, they have +1, so like they're slightly more tanky. But
Yes, they take an extra shot for the roaches to
yeah,
kill it.
exactly. So they're just tanking hits for these roaches here that actually now have +2, so they're going to do pretty good DPS.
Spine Crawler's finishing up, but it's not enough as Giles is taking a definitive advantage here. The 4th base for Mitch not being able to come online. 15 workers going down, and I think that's going to be it as the Spine Crawler does valiantly fight.
2 kills.
Having 2 kills on it.
W Spine Crawler. Close one, but it is going to go PigeonWrench's way in the end. I can't say I'm surprised at the outcome, but I am surprised how we got here. It's surprisingly close.
Yeah, it was a really nice back and forth actually for this thing, and that's going to be it. That's going to be GG on game number 1. Oh, that was that was interesting. Like I say, not exactly how I expected we'd get there, but like I say, an entertaining game nonetheless.
Yeah,
I like the idea.
I like it.
Yeah, I thought the ideas were really good for sending Ling run bys around. Mitch was like really insistent about trying to do that.
Yep.
Keeping an eye on the 4th base, you know. He had checked on everything. It was just, I think, just didn't get that work account early, you know. Didn't get that work account to be able to really power through the roaches.
Losing the Nat at one point, that was rough too. Though, like I said, he just transferred everything to the 3rd and carried on mining, so that was kind of okay. In general, tricky from the Zerg to play. Like, you know this as a Protoss player. When you're playing against a random, it's actually not that easy to like open, because you don't know what you're playing against. So like, if you reap a wall and then it's a Zerg, then you've built all your buildings against a ledge for no reason.
Yeah.
So like, it's not easy. It's not super easy to play against random. I like to play gas first, gas pool.
Oh really? Oh
yeah. Because then nearly
can you
always
just go hatch first versus everything.
Yes, but random players tend to play cheese.
Oh yeah.
So if I'm getting cannon rushed or proxy raxed or something, they're asking for a ready to go, and I think we are.
Yeah.
If you're getting proxy raxed or cheesed or something like that, it's just really nice to be like already ready for it.
Yes, exactly.
Versus like struggling to react.
And that's
in general, like you're metagaming, but it's like it works more often than not. No offense to random players out there, some of you I assume are good people. Most of you play cheese.
Some I assume are good people. Well spoken.
Frostline LE for game number 2. It's also Zerg versus random, though. There you go. You can intro in this one.
Oh, here we go. Well, he is once again random, but this time spawning as the Protoss, spawning in the bottom left. It is Magico.
And spawning in the top right, playing in the blue for the Gold Masters. A close victory in game number 1 there. Playing Zerg, as always. It's PigeonWrench.
I was going to say, you do know what race he's playing, right? Also, this is a fast probe. This is a fast probe scout.
Is
this going to be a Forgerino?
It looks like it.
It feels...
And
actually, this could just be to block.
If I off-race Zerg, I cannot rush. Yeah, if I off-race Protoss, I mean, I cannot rush.
Oh, it's okay, it's okay. So this is just to block the hatch first.
Yeah, that's good. That's annoying. Again, he gives away like his race quite early, which you can like, even as random, you can no scout because you know that the Zerg can't 12 pool. Because if they 12 pool in your Terran,
Terran
then you
it's
lose.
terrible. Yeah, that's a good point.
So like, there are some little things you can do like that, but blocking is fine too.
Yeah.
He doesn't follow the drone, so he doesn't actually see the hatch go down, and he doesn't get the second block, but that's fine.
Yeah, and traditionally in this is the time where you would then go up to see if it is a 12 pool. Like you said, you don't actually need to in this. Ah, there we go. Yeah. He doesn't really need to because it's unlikely that PigeonWrench would have committed to that decision beforehand. But what a sick mind game that would be, you know? To go 12 pool, risk it all versus random. You're a game up, maybe you could have done it. But anyway.
You can reactively, you're like, oh, I'm getting blocked, okay, cool. It's how people used to play, especially when like pylon blocks were more common.
Oh, yeah.
Because you would just be like, oh, I'm getting blocked, okay, let's just play aggro behind it, basically. But yeah, that became not the meta. The meta evolved now, so you just take the third hatch on location, but this opens up a depth play, and it'd be interesting to see if...
I was going to say, I wonder if this is going to be a depth play, because this was a classic sign for a while. Like, the Protoss would block because they want to go into a depth, which does mean that this pylon here will have a Twilight Council start very soon. We will have to wait and see. It's always around 2:15. That's the tech time for Protoss. Whether it's going to be a Stargate or whether it's going to be a Twilight Council.
It's interesting. I feel like Magico's Protoss opener is cleaner than his Zerg opener.
Yeah, I'd like to say he's played more Protoss and Terran than his Zerg.
Okay.
Though I would like to see the tech here.
Yeah, he's waiting on the gas.
Oh,
was his gas late or?
It must be.
Because I feel like...
Did he queue a sentry? No, he hasn't.
Stalker.
Maybe his gas was late. I didn't...
It must be, right? Because he just...
Yeah,
doesn't
yeah.
have enough. He could now if he didn't make a Stalker, but let's see.
You would
I'm
normally...
feeling Templar Archives. You wouldn't make a Stalker if you weren't, right? Right?
Yeah.
But I feel like you wouldn't make a Stalker anyway, like normally. There you go.
I mean, a
TC
Twilight
comes
Council.
down.
Yeah, there you go. Yeah. So it's a little bit late, but again, the idea is there. Again, the thing that makes adept timings really powerful is the crispness of it, right? Like it's hitting at that kind of 430, 435. Again, that's like a very well executed build, and I'm hoping that he's still able to hit that kind of timing, even with the later Twilight Council. But we'll have to see how it plays out. Again, he might be doing DTs as well. The two builds can look very similar.
Yeah, could be. Yeah, absolutely could be.
I'm a big fan of DTs as well. Do we still have the probe on the map?
No, it's going to be glaives. Okay, cool.
Okay, lovely. And yeah, like I say, it is going to be glaives.
I think glaives are really strong. I find them really hard to deal with, especially lower league Zergs, because it requires so much like army splitting and multitasking.
Yes.
And, like the way people have been dealing with it more recently is to like wall the natural.
Oh,
they were calling it the DRG response for a bit after DRG. Where you like wall the natural, and then people were using a spore crawler to like hard wall because otherwise you can shade through like a queen or something. Right?
And
that's like a decent response, but
the probe is in the wall, holding position there. Love to see it. Again, I love that PigeonWrench is sending one ling around to try and scout this sort of stuff. That's really important.
Yeah, it's funny that I just got blocked and now is it was chilling there for ages.
Mitch was aware this was preemptively on hold position. This was not a thing. However, there is a bunch more links coming across the map. This is a scary kind of moment as Mitch kind of wants to move out, and he does move the...
he doesn't need to take this fight though with the
okay.
With the shield battery there. Yeah, it's he's mostly hitting the gateway, which feels like he might get it actually here. But this was a lot of lings. This was like
I was about to say the warpins of Adept actually make this better. Here we go. Yeah. Walling off around it. I don't know if there's a gap here still, but either way, this is a good enough fight.
It's actually decent.
Yeah.
No, I think
he
it's
needs to warp in more. Yeah. There you go.
And it was a lot of lings that went down for this. I mean, it does keep the adept count kind of lower, and he sees more adepts walking in. And when he actually even saw the glaives finish. Yeah, I don't know if he spotted that. It can be quite subtle, but especially with the skins on. But yeah, like in general, you're now thinking like, oh, interesting. That's a lot of adepts. And like you kept making adepts. That's interesting.
Yeah, I think here you keep two or three at home, and then you just warp in off the rest of them.
Yeah, I think his warping's on cooldown probably. He just warped in. There's a couple coming in. Yeah, I think PigeonWrench needs to realize that he like is going aggressive and needs to warp in defensively. Oh yeah, he only has 2 gates.
2 gates, 2 more on the way, but those are
it's replacing the one that just died. So yeah, that's going to slow him down a little bit. He's making the multi behind this. Yeah, it's not bad. He's cooking. I like it.
No, this is looking solid. I would like to see a third base just to see a thing, because again, PigeonWrench is aware he's got a link set up on both bases. So if he's aware that this is a 2 base all in, he just needs to get to 50 drones and to pump roaches.
Yeah. He is starting on the roaches +1. Lair nearly done, so he can get to roach speed, which would be really helpful for holding this. It's charge follow.
Oh, but melee upgrades.
Yeah, it's quite normal. For like the Ling Bane.
Okay.
But yeah.
I guess if this was a charge lot follow up as well,
it's a charge lot. So I'd rather have range, but it is what it is. Yeah, I think seeing that there's no third out must put Pigeon on a little bit on edge. So he's kind of cut workers. It's a fine count to cut on.
Oh, and there it is. It's the charge.
Yep.
How many gates are we going to go up to? I love it though. Now I actually don't want him to throw away these units. Because I think if you're going to commit to a big 2 base, double forge, forge.
A little bit confused. Because he will not be done in time for the charge timing.
Yeah.
He's also mega supply block, so he's like chrono boosted a robo that's not making anything.
Oh, I hate when that happens. We've all been there. Okay.
These units are kind of in the middle of nowhere. I think he could have got a lot more done if he was like multitasking.
Oh, look at the ling spread, by the way, of Giles. Look at this. This is incredible. Again, we like need to give credit to like these players are like high 3Ks to like low 4Ks players. But this is a great vision spread. Like PigeonWrench sees everything on the map.
Yeah, I mean he did see this like push at the top, and then he moved all of his army the wrong way, but that's fine.
Yeah, you know what?
He's going to be in position.
There's having the vision and then there's seeing, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay, he is going to get a snipe on this 4th before it starts. Please don't commit.
Shade into a bunch of roaches. That's a lot of units going down. Behind this, he's just going to make zealots, and actually these are in the main, so hopefully for Magico at least, the
you know what?
roaches are a bit slow to get here.
You know what? He baited me as well. I also did not see this coming, and now we have a few drones going down in the main.
Yeah, you can pull the roaches back to the main though.
Yeah, and I think
nice
you should get
Mitch could grab these back up.
Yeah, you should get 4 of these out.
That's okay. And like it's a fine poke. He's obviously like not macroing behind this very well. Doesn't have like much of an eco anything behind this because doesn't have another base. He's going for 1/1.
Oh, I like the skin. This looks good.
Yeah. I would really like if he just kept making immortals and went for like a really big,
keep
immortal zealot.
Even sentries, right? Like you make a few
Yeah,
sentries. You've got energy overcharge nowadays. That's a great sort of ability for this.
Yeah, I think trying to macro out from this point is a little bit too little, too late, but we'll see. At the moment, it's only roaches now, a few lings, so like Pigeon needs to start teching a little bit. Like even like mutas here or ravagers or more upgrades is fine.
Yeah.
But like something more than just roaches, because roaches are not it. He really doesn't like to make ravagers. Like in the last CVZ, he didn't make a ravager all game, and they're good units.
They are good units, but they are also expensive units, and this is a low economy sort of scrappy situation.
That with the bank that PigeonWrench has, he can afford it. But
perhaps.
Fine.
Okay, I'd like to see, we need a big F2 to get all of the units back down here. But however, we do have a counterattack going in the base. I do like this. 2 queens going down there, potentially.
It's really irritating to deal with these zealots, but he does need to hold his third at the same time.
Okay, he just cancels that. No, don't run out. If you cancel it, you don't have to run out defender. Great force fields, though. I love these force fields, trapping in a lot of roaches.
It's not enough immortals here, though, unfortunately. I think this is going to get cleaned up.
Yeah, Zealot's still in the main. This is kind of might force the pressure on it, but there are the Ravagers that you suggested. You said, why don't you build some Ravagers?
Yeah.
And he was like, yes!
The stream delay. He only just heard me. Just need to send some roaches back. That's good. He's actually doing a little bit of multitasking. He's getting pushed on these morphing Ravagers. And then move commanding.
I don't think it's going to be enough, especially as there's really not that many force fields here. And I think this might be the beginning of the end.
More sentries behind it, but oh no, it's not even sentries, it's High Templar. Okay, but they're also going to die. That's fine.
Yeah, Charge by Archon and Maul is a powerful comp. If you have it in even supply with the Roach Ravager, you can actually trade very well.
The bios were good. That's going to be the end for Mitch, as we're going to get the natural bio down.
Yeah, there you go. GG.
We take those. That's a 2-0 for PigeonWrench. Do we have a game 2 lined up? No, okay. So we're going to have to kick this one back to a break. Nice little series to kick us off.
Yeah, this is a great little series.
We take those.
Yeah, this is a great little series. And like I say, it's interesting Mitch playing random. We love to see that. You know, he's putting in the effort to, like, you know, try to have some fun with it, you know, mess about.
They were close games as well. It wasn't
exactly. It wasn't a wash.
Yeah.
I like the tactics, you know, he was like sending in things to the main. He was trying to be very annoying about things.
Yeah.
Just
needs a bit more prep.
Yeah,
Work on the builds. We got replays apparently.
Yeah. Let's dive into the replay. No, I think it's part of VMix.
Oh, this.
Oh. Does the stream have the audio doubled? I can hear myself. I don't want to talk over myself.
I know we can still hear ourselves. It's fine. We can talk over it.
There we go. We're back to cast there. All right, we're working on that. Yeah, we got the instant replay feature. That's like proper ESL sort of stuff, you know?
Yeah, we're doing it.
It's good stuff.
All kicking off in Kettering. What did we see there? We saw some ZVZ action. I like ZVZ, and it's funny when you get into these spots where, like, you A-move across and then you lose your whole army, and then you A-move all the way back across, and it just, like, ping-pongs across the map. Like, this doesn't ever stop happening, even at high level. This goes
no, exactly.
You always, like, make a silly blunder at some point.
I enjoy playing ZVZ. I like the Roach Wars. I don't like Lingbane.
Oh, I don't like Roach Wars. I like playing Lingbane.
Nah,
it's fun.
Lingbane requires micro. I can't do that.
It's fun. But it's like, gets your heart going. It's cool.
Yeah, no, I believe. But funnily enough, I like Blinkstalker Disruptor in PvP. And and that is basically it's basically the same. Well, it's kind of like Lingbane as well, because it's like things just blow up.
Yeah.
With one misclick.
With the Roach Wars, it's all like the bios, and the bios are a bit about Disruptor.
I only ever built when I was doing ZVZ Roaches. I would only ever build like 4 Ravagers though. Is that like too few?
No, and in general, people tend to make too many.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Because they're so fat. Like, at some point, you just fill up the whole choke.
Yeah.
So like, 4 is on the low end, but like 10 would be the high end.
That's the minimum you need to snipe an Overlord. That you bile an Overlord.
That's true.
That's why I did it.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Otherwise, I was like, if I have Ravagers and they have Roaches, I just start to step onto them more.
Yeah. The idea is that whoever makes, you can make loads of Ravagers and use it for like ramp control, and then whoever makes more Ravagers is meant to be like the defensive player, because you can really like zone out.
Yeah, because they can never come
with like constant bios. Yeah. But in general, like people do make too many Ravagers. Yeah. And it does like affect your teching a bit as well, because like oftentimes if you're making Ravagers, they can just afford like an infestation pit and everything behind it. So
yeah, the gas investment is huge. So
But in general, like you tend to be mineral capped, I think, when you're playing roaches.
Yeah.
Mostly supply capped because they're so.
Yeah, they're fat.
They are.
They're fat like that. Yeah, no, it's a great game one. Like I said, I'd like to see a little bit of variety. I do not know. I think what we're waiting for the next game. I think do we know potentially? I've did the group,
It's
so I just
either.
know
Yeah,
potentially who
we're
it is.
gonna. I got my phone out. It's not very professional, but
That's
we're
right,
either gonna wrangle. Probably.
I think Molten was here already. Molten Windmill Man.
Yeah,
was the
but
game.
Windmillman's not.
Oh, okay, Windmill Man. And I'm
I think
guessing Raza.
Probably Optimist C. I think that's short for Optimistic Carrot.
Optimistic Carrot is.
We can't call
need
him
to ask
Optimist C like the whole thing, so we're gonna have a conversation about
We're gonna have to go have
what we're calling
yeah,
it.
can we call
Against
you Carrot?
Gerald, that would be coming up in like 15-20 minutes.
Okay, lovely.
And that'd be a PvP, so I probably
Yeah.
won't be here.
No, that's fine. That's fine. You got your casting in early when there was guaranteed.
yeah.
Or
Earned
actually,
my
you
keep.
got a Protoss anyway.
Yeah.
But
yeah,
it wasn't
that's fine.
PvP. at
Mostly
least.
Z. That's fine.
Mostly Z. Yeah.
And then we got some other really cool matches. Should we spoil a few of the cool matches coming up?
Yeah, go for it.
Yeah, we're hoping Fig versus Raza.
Yeah, we're hoping
That'd be good.
that'll be a good one. Yeah.
Because neither of them have been playing much lately.
No, that is
So it's
that's
like
the classic.
a close
We're
series.
really in the old man days of Starcraft nowadays, where it's like, yeah, I haven't played for months. Well, I haven't.
Yeah,
played
I've
for
got a
months
real
either.
job, so.
Yeah, I got a real job, so you know, we'll see how it goes. Legacy-wise, Figaro vs Raza is a classic.
Yep, absolute classic.
Yeah.
And Risky is not playing.
Yeah, he's a coach this tournament.
He's coaching.
Yeah, he's here, but he's not playing.
Been making them do laps of the car park.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Been ordering them around.
Yeah. So I think we're gonna throw to a quick commercial break and then be right back screen until we can get the next matchup.
Yes,
Okay.
lovely. Okay. Thanks. Keep tuning in. We'll be back very shortly with some more fun games.
Bye.